Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Yes, I'm recording this in my car because I kind of actually really wanted to get this out today, but I just didn't have the time. Anyways, yes, today's video is going to be about muscles and I'm going to start posting tutorials and stuff more frequently now that I have my school schedule and stuff in place. So stay tuned for that. And I just want to make a small disclaimer that if you hear me referencing kind of like a course or anything, these are old recordings from an old course I did years ago. Me and the company, we just didn't generate enough money for me to sell it properly. So I'm going to cut out as much of that as I can. But yeah, just a disclaimer. So without further ado, enjoy, and I will be back at the end of this video with a lot more details and exciting news. So bye! And welcome to the next video of Module 3. We're going to be talking about muscles. So before we start out with bones, breaking them down, going over the joints and the names of them. For muscles, I don't tend to focus on the names as much as I do breaking them down where they go mainly. But there are a lot of muscles. Here's the exact number right here. I should know that as a pre-physical therapy student, but that is not at the top of my head right now. We're not really going to be going over all those muscles. Like, there's just a ton of muscles alone in your face, and then obviously there's just a lot of in-betweens and they're layered. It's not all like one big thing like people think. There's a lot of layers to muscles, but we'll be going over how to break down the main ones. This is why I emphasize the importance of kind of knowing how to block out shapes, because when you start drawing anatomy and then adding muscles on top of those bone structures, knowing the basic shapes of things can be very important and can save you a lot of headaches. So without further ado, I'll see you over in Procreate, and we're going to talk about how I tend to break down the muscle structure whenever drawing a body. I'll see you over there. Alright, so we are now back on my Procreate, and I'm just going to roughly break down the muscles and how I go about drawing them. Now, there are a lot, and I mean a lot of different muscles. I'll probably mention this later, but they're layered, so it's not always as easy to break them down as bones. It's not just kind of like set in stone. So with that being said, let's begin. So we're just going to break down the main muscles, and I'm going to show you what I'm usually looking at when I draw with muscles and use it as a base for my drawing. So first, let's break down the muscles. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So first of all, I actually really like to start out with the chest because it's kind of bilateral. You can kind of see the bilateral symmetry. And like I said, that line of symmetry is going to tell you how and where the body is facing. We'll actually touch on this a lot probably when we go to dynamic versus static posing and how important that line is when drawing. But yeah, that's why I really like things like the chest right here. Also, when you're working on the back right here. And we're going to go in depth more on the back in a second. Typically when I'm drawing, I'm probably going to start out with the chest. Now, this is for a guy. Yeah, I would typically start out with the chest, and it would look something like that. And that would be like this area right here. Pretty simple, right? We got the pecs, the chest. Easy enough. Not bad at all. Now, next, I would probably start with the neck and the trapezius. So, what a lot of people kind of confuse is there's a lot of muscles in the back, and that can be confusing. But one of the biggest things that you should probably know is that the traps, which are right here and right here, I'm pointing to the screen like you can see what I'm pointing at. I'm so sorry. The traps, which are going to be right here, actually kind of come up over the edge of the shoulder right here. So that is a very important thing to note. So that being said, they would probably show up probably about right here. And then that's when we get to the shoulders, also known as the delts. If you're like in gym culture, you already know what that is, but for now we're just going to call them the shoulders. And those will be right here and right here. Now, this is kind of where it gets tricky because I actually prefer to draw some of the rib cage right here just so I can get an idea of how these muscles right here are going to sit. So keep that in mind. But we get to this part right here. And this is just kind of where the ribs sit and the muscles that lay over it. Now, I do want to say the abdominal, this whole area is very confusing, so I'm going to break it down and explain it as best as I can. The first thing is you have the abs, which is what everyone likes, right? The six-pack, stuff like that. And then you have this long section right here that would normally be like covered up by a pants line or stuff, so you don't really see that as often. Then you have the obliques, which are right here, and then there's like another tiny set of muscles right here. Sometimes people kind of group them together, but they are actually two separate muscles, so keep that in mind if you decide to you want to define it. A lot of artists don't, but it is an important distinction. The obliques are not the same as these muscles that I just circled on the side, so I just want to make sure that y'all catch that. Additionally, the lats do come out from the front. Similar to like the trapezius, there is a few back muscles that show from the back to the front. So the traps and the lats are probably the biggest ones we're going to focus on right here. So that will kind of be like this and like this right here. Now I'm just going to draw kind of where the abs would sit, which would be right here, right? And then we have the side muscles right here. Now, believe it or not, most people are used to the butt being called the gluteus maximus, but don't get that confused with the gluteus minimus, which is right here. So gluteus maximus right here, and then gluteus minimus is right here. And that's kind of where you're going to see this area right here. That's what that's pulling on. And then that's when you get to like the waistline and like the crotch area. We're just going to get some speedos. Okay. That chest is looking awfully lopsided, isn't it? Let's fix that. Okay. There we go. That looks somewhat better. And this is not like an exact drawing, but I'm just showing you how I break it down and what I see. So, that being said, then let's move on to the arms. Arms are pretty easy. Another thing to keep in mind too, and we'll briefly touch over this on references, be aware of like how muscles contract and whatnot. I'm still going to show you references on how to do that, but just keep that in mind. First, you have your shoulder, which is your delt right here. Now, there is like muscles under and around it, and how they connect is very important to know. Like the reason that you see that split in the bicep is because that's the bicep and the tricep connecting right here, if you can see in my little video on the end. So keep that in mind. But the bicep would be right here, and then you're also going to see the tricep right here. And then the lat would also kind of extend outward like that if that was reaching that way. So we can like erase that line. And then a really muscular person, obviously everyone's not going to be that muscular, but just for like education's sake, I am kind of explaining every muscle. But that's why, like I said, and I know you're tired of me repeating it, but looking at references later on is going to help you with body diversity and things like that. And then we have the forearm. The forearm is pretty easy. There are like muscles in it, but because they're not flexing muscles, sometimes people don't pay as much attention. But it is important. Like, I feel like these two right here, part of the forearm, are somewhat important. But like, you can really get away with having a little divot right here and being okay. And then, you know, that's the hand. We're going to talk about the hand in a later module, so don't worry about that. Now, when it comes to the leg, we're going to draw the other arm because it's going to bother me 1 second. I also added a neck. Okay, now when it comes to the legs, the leg can be really tricky, and I actually recently learned this. Like, it's not all one big muscle at the front. It's a lot of different muscles that pull. So in this diagram, they don't differentiate that much, but I'm just going to show you. So you have the three main quads, and then there's like inner leg muscles, and that can be difficult, but just think of it like this. If the leg is facing outward like this, and that's the knee, and it's facing this way, there is an inner muscle that pulls, and it's going to look like that. And so that's that inner muscle. Then you have the first quad, which would be right here, second one right there, and the third one peeks out. If the leg is facing forward, you're still going to have that muscle pulling it like this, but then it kind of looks like a braid almost. That first quad, second, and then the other one right there, and it's going to look like that. It's pretty simple. Honestly, like, you can get away with not having to have that much definition in a leg. Like, if you literally just drew it like this, had some minor definition, it'd be fine. Because rarely do anyone's legs really look super defined like that. Like the average everyday person. Okay, not everyone is Tom Platz. Bonus points if you actually get that reference. Next, we're going to add the kneecap. There's not much muscle right here. And then the caps. The caps are pretty self-explanatory. I feel like most people can understand them. And there's a lot of people that like don't have super visible caps. So keep that in mind. That is pretty much how I break down the muscles. That being said, I'm going to see you back in the main video. Bye. And that is pretty much it for how I go about drawing muscles. Like I said, it should have been pretty easy. Hopefully we didn't go through like every single muscle. I know there were some confusing terms in there and things like that, but for the most part, as long as you got the main ones like the chest, the arms, the legs, and some of the abdominals and back, you should be okay. Another thing to keep in mind is whenever you're looking up muscle references, muscles are layered. Like, it's not kind of like all one sheet. They layer on top of each other, especially in the kind of the stomach area and especially in the back area. And there's some layering done in the arms and things, and there's also muscles that connect to tendons. So like, keep that in mind if you decide to kind of go on your own and look at more muscle references. I'm not sure if I prefaced that in the video, but I just want to make sure that that was said. That being said, in this next video, we are going to be going over briefly just proportions, because now we've gone to the bones and the muscles, but it's like, how does that all fit together and look right without looking wrong? Very good questions, right? Well, we'll be answering all of those in that next video. So I'll see you over there. Bye. Okay, everybody, welcome to the end of the video. So as you know, I'm trying to do more long form content, and I will still be posting short form content, but like with tutorials and things like that, I want to do. I have a lot of plans. Like, I want to actually start selling my content on merch. I need to make more characters that are not copyrighted. A lot of the art that I've been posting is copyrighted characters, so I have to be very careful about how I sell that. I could get in a lot of legal trouble, and I'm very, very broke and can very, very much not afford that. And on top of that, I would like to start auctioning off a lot of my furry designs. I don't take commissions, but a lot of people want to buy my designs, so I'm gonna start like like doing videos of me designing the characters and then auctioning them off maybe on a Discord server or something like that. That's another thing I want to do. And then as always, like t-shirts, things like that, I'd like to do that. And I also want to start doing long form content where I draw and then answer any questions y'all have, whether that be about me, fitness, my life, even Christianity, because I am a Christian and I would really like to be a lot more open about that. And I would also like to start doing memberships and like stickers only things for people that are paying members, things like that. I really want to like get my money up on YouTube now. So yeah, but any tutorials I post, that's going to be free. I feel like the membership stuff will probably be like Q&As or like exclusive access to personal questions about me, maybe stuff like that. We'll see. But the important meat of it, I'm not of the belief that anything I'm teaching should be behind a paywall. I think that's kind of crazy because I learned everything for free. I'm like a self-taught artist. So yeah. That being said, if there's anything you'd like to see from me personally, especially any questions tutorial wise, please let me know. I have a whole list of stuff that I want to talk about, but you know, suggestions are never bad, so please let me know. And as for like fitness content, I'm probably not going to be doing as much of that until it's set in stone, or I'll make a different channel. So yeah, that being said, I hope you have a great day. I believe the next video is like on how to draw the body or like add the muscles and proportions together. It's something like that. I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed the video about muscles, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm going to be trying to be posting frequently each week, like more than once or twice. I really want to get a consistent posting schedule, figure out thumbnails and stuff. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you have a great day and God bless. Till next time.